So the
15 minutes, 26.76.
Ugandan there, Asiru, who didn't finish the 10,000 meters, so she'll be looking for better in this event, in the half distance. Qualifying criteria is the first 5 through in each heat, plus the next 5 fastest losers. So it's fairly kind as a qualifying structure. There are 11 women in the first heat, 11 in the second. So only a quarter of them won't make it into the final. Here's the Indian. As we head off for 12.5 laps of the race. Maria Vilas Godbole, the Indian who we saw just a moment ago there, has a personal best of 17 minutes 05.24, so probably won't be at the sharp end.
So Victoria Hudson can move up with the ranking position. But 56.8.
So then we have an Indian, an Italian, a Great Britain athlete, Argentina, Japanese, Ethiopian, an American, a South African, Australian, one from the Netherlands, and a Ugandan.
Qualifiers go to the final stage.
Well, several of these athletes coming in to their first global championships. Just the one woman in this first heat who was involved in the 10,000 meters, and that was the one we mentioned earlier, Knight Asiru of Uganda. Like the Indian lady, she has a personal best in this event that's outside of 17 minutes. And at the moment it's the Italian, Maria Chiara Cascavilla, who has taken on the pace, 24 years old. Personal best of just outside 17 minutes as well. A little bit quicker than the other two that we mentioned. She has the lead at the moment, though, from the Japanese girl. Has got PBs in 5,000, 10,000, and in 5K road running as well, the Italian who's leading at the moment. 24 years old, so she's not the youngest in the field by any means. She's a woman who's run at the European Cup in the 10,000 meters this year. Of course, the European Cup these days is split up into several divisions.
In the lead, Maria Cascavilla of Italy. Then in second position, Tomomi Takamatsu of Japan. In the third position, the British athlete Jessica Judd.
Japanese then.
So still 11 laps to go. You need to be in the final.
Is going well. Takahatsu.
For the final stage. And the leading group also the Australian.
And Jessica Judd is back from her bronze medal winning exploits at the World University Games. Probably the best known of the
Wow, so this is Haruka Kitaguchi of Japan, 59.16. She snuck into that silver medal position before Lithuanian Jess Nuneti has thrown 60.36. So we go back to the track to catch up with the 5,000.
Now, the Indian girl is not in the lead, just in case you're wondering. She is about to be lapped. It's Jessica Judd who is now in front. Jess Judd, who put the bronze medal last time around. Of course, she's got a great junior history behind her. Won a silver medal in 2012 at the World Juniors after she took the bronze at the World Youth Championships the year before that at 800 meters. She's stepped up in distance these days, though, after finishing 5th at the World Juniors over 1,500 in Olympic year when it was held in the Olympic Stadium in London. And at the last World University Games, she ended up the bronze medalist. She's not the fastest in the field, she's certainly the tallest. But the woman who is following her is the quickest in the field by some 10 seconds. They are on a fairly slow pace. 13.08 is the latest to be added to a pace that was going at around about 16 minutes 40 pace for pretty much the entire race. It's a very consistent lap chart that's being put together here by these girls. Don't forget, 5 go through, and we're already down to 5. So there's not an awful lot more that they really need to do. They just need to go around to the finish, and they will take their places. As for the rest, well, they are literally not just single file. There's like 20 or 30 meters between each of the other runners around the track. 2 laps to go then, 800 meters. Jess Judd, who equaled her PB on the roads this year, back in March. The personal best over 5,000 meters was broken in Loughborough. 15:31 is her best.
59.02,
she's really stepping it up. She's knocked 6 seconds off her personal best this year over 5,000. 2 years ago to win the bronze medal behind Hannah Klein of Germany. She ran 15:51.19. That was a race in which the defending champion Christina Machi ended up in 6th. Jess O'Connell of Canada took the silver medal. And here comes the Japanese, as expected. Not really sure why they need to put on a sprint. As I said earlier, qualifying here is pretty good. First 5 go through. There are only 5 there, so I'm not really sure why they need to go along. And I think Jess Judd there knows, she's looking behind her, and she knows that the 6th girl is, well, something like 80 meters behind them. I have no idea why they are pushing hard at the front. What are they doing? I think the Italian wants to get a victory in front of the home crowd, because she might not get one in the final. Well, the crowd are getting excited about it as Maria Chiara Cascavilla takes on the Japanese Takamatsu. Surely that was explained to them beforehand, the qualifying criteria. This reminds me of something that Alma Zayana did at the Rio Olympics when she'd won the 10,000 in a world record time, and then for some reason went off like a bullet in the semi-finals of the 5,000, and as a result in the final, where she again went at world record pace, she ended up being ambushed by Vivian Cherritt and lost the title and the silver medal. This is madness. They're sprinting to the line. They're lucky that the weather is not quite so hot. It's going to be the Japanese, though, who takes it. Takamatsu at the line in 16 minutes 19. The others come through very, very casually, as you would. They're in the final. This is just qualification. We can see there Takamatsu looks exhausted, and the women who were 3rd, 4th and 5th are all laughing and joking because they did not take it hard over that last 800 meters. Well, I would say that that has opened up the way there for Jess Judd, with Takamatsu taking it quite so hard over that last 800 meters and looking quite so tired at the end of it. Well, the early part of the race saw Cascavilla lead them through the first 1,000 and indeed the first 2,000. Then the Australian Caitlin Adams took it on for the 3rd K. She then dropped behind and Jess Judd took it on to 4,000. And again, the pace was just the same, 16:40 or so. So that is why I don't understand in the last 1,000 why they stepped it up so much that they actually knocked 30 seconds off the last 1K. It was completely unnecessary. They were already detached from everybody else in that race. But it ended up in a sprint. Japanese took it. She goes through to the final.
We ask for the very urgent attention of the South African team.
And she actually touched her watch there for the time.
Finalists in high jump to come urgently to Technical Information Center. Please, South Africa, Brayton, Evron, Paul, finalists.
Well, really, the time only matters if you're outside the first 5.
Center. Thank you.